Bart here, and I just wanted to make a quick video about the 25-pound kettlebell, how to start using it, and the best way to get a full body workout without having to be an expert. Now, after you've gone through a warm-up, various arm stretches, various exercises targeted to warm up your tissues, to increase ventilation, you want to actually be breathing. You want to be breathing maybe even extra hard before you start working with the kettlebell. You want the blood to be coursing through your veins. You want your tissues to be warm. So the first exercise that I would do with my 25-pound kettlebell, any kettlebell, if I only had one, I'd still start here, would be a simple low-weighted squat. So there's a high-weighted squat, low-weighted squat. So I take my feet out wide, slightly wider than a regular squat. I'll turn my toes outward, so there'll be what I call a flare. I'll drop the weight right underneath me. I sit my hips back, hips in a hinge, big chest. And then there's a squat, so it's a wide squat. Not a full-on sumo, not a plie. Now from the side, sitting my hips back, keeping my hips right above 90 degrees with the knee, so the hips are slightly above the knee. I don't need to drop butt to heels. I put all the weight in my heels as I hinge my hips back, chest up, eyes up, pull in, hips move through. So with the squat, we're always dropping our hips. With the next exercise, the deadlift, our hips stay high. I'm stretching my hamstrings, back's nice and straight. My hips don't drop, they move along a horizontal axis. So in squat, hips, vertical axis. With deadlifts, hips, horizontal axis. So with the deadlift, I keep my shoulders back, chest up. And with this one, I'm dropping my chest instead of my hips. So with this one, I'm dropping my chest. I'm looking slightly forward, not straight up. I'm not craning my neck. I'm looking slightly forward at a slight downward horizon. So not up, slightly forward. This will keep my spine tall. I'm still putting all the weight in my heels, so my center of gravity moves through the compact bones in the heel. Now I can drop my hips slightly in the lift. It doesn't have to be this perfect stiff-legged deadlift. My knees are unlocked. They're not bending further, so they're unlocked here. That's it. Hips move, unless I want to have a slight drop in the hips towards the bottom, which is fine. So the lift again is hips move horizontally, big broad chest in the squat, hips move back horizontally. Now after I've mastered the low weighted squat and a simple lift or a deadlift, then I'll do a high weighted squat. So we call this a goblet squat. Now with this one, I'll thumb my fingers through and I'll hold the ball. And so from the side, you see I keep my elbows up, keeping the weight right under my chest. I inhale as I drop the hips. I exhale up. Inhale as I drop the hips. Exhale up. Now I can do this one a little bit more narrow if I want. I just won't go as low. This is not a perfect form, the goblet position for dropping the chest like that. There's a reason why the front squat's the weight's back up against the throat. I'm not actually dropping my shoulder complex in the squat. Whereas right here, I can't throw my elbows up any higher. So there's a limit to how narrow you can do the squat when you're working with the kettlebell. All right, so after I've done a high weighted squat, a low weighted squat, a lift, let's do something easy. Bicep curls. So in this one, I'm holding what I call the horn of the bell, and I'm just waistband up, waistband up, inhale here, exhale up, inhale here, exhale up, inhale here, exhale up, and that's my bicep curl. Now, not all spines are created equally, and in this video, I'm not going to show any exercises that might compromise a damaged lower back or a damaged spinal column, such as the side bend. We're just not going to do it. So after I've done this pulling motion, I go back to pushing. So this one's overhead press. So again, it's under my chin. I'm pressing up, coming back, inhaling here, exhaling up and over, inhaling here, exhaling up and over, inhaling here, exhaling up and over, inhaling here, exhaling up and over. All right. So there's one more in your basic exercises to get going for your 25-pound kettlebell routine, keeping it simple, and that's going to be a squat to upright row. So it's going to be our first compound movement. So it's going to be first a squat, then an upright row. So we'll have at the very end a low-weighted squat, a high-weighted squat, a lift, a curl, a press, and a row. So you got a whole routine right there. I don't do the same squats every single time I work out, so I'm not doing 9 or 12 sets of squats unless I'm feeling crazy. I always recommend you pick an exercise, so one squat, 3 sets of 10. No reason to do high weighted, low weighted, and then a squat to upright row. Pick one. You still have curl, press, and deadlifts, so you can move it around. I'll make more of these videos, but I want to just create a foundation for the 25-pound kettlebell so that your routine starts very easy, very smart, very intuitive. And so that last exercise, I'm in a squat, coming up to an upright row. So I could do a partial squat and use that hip momentum to pull up. So I'm keeping it as close to my body as possible. Hands under the chin, elbows up in a butterfly position. I don't need to linger with the weight up here. I'm just pulling it up, going right back down. Pulling it up, going right back down. All right, so this will conclude our video on the most basic exercises for the 25-pound kettlebell. Feel free to leave comments, leave suggestions. Let me know if you need any help with anything. All right, take care of yourself.